Hi everyone, it's Desiree. I am here with Spellbinders and Blog Hop for their Cut and Emboss Folders. So for this video, I'll be working with two from their collection that is being released. One is going to be called Floral Reflections and the other one Moroccan View. So what's great about these embossing folders is, of course, they emboss. They create texture to your card fronts. They make cards elegant, but yet simple at the same time when it comes to the complexity of the cards. So you've got all of these designs and all of this imprint that sits on your card with little to no effort, and in one pass within your die cutting machine. What's also great with these is there's areas within the embossing folder that will actually die cut sections out of the card front panel. So in this case, with the Floral Reflections, it's cutting out the center of the flowers that are going around the frame. With the Moroccan View, it's cutting out certain sections within the design that's on the top and the bottom. Now what I did with that, I wanted to use a mirrored cardstock or a satin mirror cardstock, but what I didn't want it to, sometimes you need the pressure because these are going to die cut, and usually I mist my papers when I'm running them through an embossing folder so that they don't get cut into by the embossing folder itself. So for the metallic, I didn't want that cut through. Now the other one that I did, it did not, but I only wanted a lighter impression. So by putting another piece of cardstock behind it, the impression is not as dominant on the cardstock, and that's what I was going for. So you can create different levels and keep that other piece of the cardstock that you used. I'm going to be using sentiments from one of my sentiment packs that I have from Fun Stamper's Journey. So the first sentiment that I am stamping is called Forever, or it says Forever Yours. I wanted to do that on black cardstock with silver embossing powder. The satin mirror can literally go both ways, and what I mean by that is it can be a masculine card as well, even though you've got all of these designs, flourishes, and everything else. By using the silver and the black, at least for me, it can go, to your husband, to your significant other, and still be okay. You're not, even though it's a little sparkly, it's just very metallic looking, and that's something that I liked about it. The next sentiment I'm using is Oh So Happy, and the sentiment set that I'm using is called Spread Love stamp, and there are dies that match it, and I just love the fonts. Very different, very unique. It's not the typical handwriting font that's very popular. I mean, I love that one too, but this one was just, I don't know, I just fell in love with it. So I stamped my sentiment and I used the die to cut that out. Now for this panel, I used white cardstock and I'm using a Gina K ink, and I was going to grab or I started using a finger dauber. I then changed eventually. The finger dauber's okay. I wanted to go around the sentiment, and this color here is Ocean Mist that I'm using. But for this panel, I'm using one of my Nuvo blending sponges, and I am barely touching the top of this cardstock. It's very light. Now when I know I have to go back in for more ink, the sponge will actually start catching on the cardstock. If I have ink, even though I'm dabbing off a little bit, when I have the ink on there, it's gliding right on the top. So I just wanted that cloud effect to go on that panel. I'm then gluing down a strip just behind where all of the die cuts are of a glitter cardstock that I have for my stash. So just a little bit of glitter is going to come through the center of those flowers. I'm going to take this panel and I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Whoops, forgot that. I start with my string first. I have this metallic thread. So again, I've got this metallic look going between the two cards. So this metallic thread, I want that to sit behind my sentiment. Why I pulled this in is because I've got that little bit of glitter that's coming through the center of my flowers. By using this silver thread, and I didn't want it to be fine. You know, I was fine with it having that bold statement onto the card. But by using that, it helped to pull out the center of the flowers so that they could be seen and noticed just a little bit. I'm going to trim up these ends, and then my sentiment's going to be propped up using some foam squares and put right on top of that. But of course, I've got to make sure that it's sitting a specific way because, well, that's just what I do. Yes. And here again, I'm still playing because that one piece sticking out was driving me crazy. Yeah. We all have that. Yeah. So here come the double-sided foam squares, and again, that's actually going to sit right in the center, and then that silver thread is just going to come around it, just to center it just a little bit. As I said, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my double-sided tape, and I'm going to put this down onto my standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And it is a top folding card base. And as you can see, the entire panel does cover the front of my card base. So these are cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to do the same thing with the metallic front card panel that I've done. I'm just going to put liquid glue on the back so that I can put a sheet of my glitter cardstock just in behind that. Now these areas are just a little bit larger in some cases, so this will be more prominent onto the front of my card. Where the difference comes in is the black strip for my sentiment that I'm using. It won't what it's actually going to do, at least with my eyes, it's going to accent the design on the card base. It's going to help show the background, the glitter, but I really want the design to show and to be the focal point when it comes to this card because of all the metallic that I have going on. So that's what I was looking for. You know, it all depends on, you know, those little tiny things that you can do. It can, when you look at it, it can change, your eye can change what you're looking at, and it can either look, you know, more appealing or not. And again, your eyes are one of the best tools, along with your hands, that you do have. Your eyes will show you what's appealing or let you know, or what's not. So once I have my sentiment down, I set that right down into the center where the opening was. And again, I'm going to use my double-sided tape to adhere this onto my card base. And again, this panel is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I am going to trim off the side using my shears because I can see a piece or a little bit of the card base went just a little bit crooked, which is fine. Just trim it. So, of course, we've got to add just a little bit more. So I'm going to pull out my Silver Gems by Pretty Pink Posh, and I'm only going to add a few, just these, just a few to the metallic card. Now again, I still think that it does keep it a masculine card, even though we're putting the gems and the glitter cardstock in the back. Again, for me, this has a very metallic feel to it, not glitzy, nothing glamorous. When it comes to the other card, same thing. Now that one, of course, it's floral. It's got, like, you know, the ocean blue. So again, but I'm still going to add some of the silver gems to that, and I'm going to just pick certain areas. I'm not going to add too many because I don't want to take away from all of the embossed areas. I really want that to be the center of the stage. So these are just going to accent and help pull that silver thread through when it comes to the front of my card. So you can see that with the cut and emboss folders, in no time at all, you're able to create simple cards. And what I mean by simple, they're quick and they give you a fast result, but yet they are elegant. They have a lot of texture, a lot of design. So little effort and you can create a beautiful card in no time. So I hope you do, or you did, enjoy the projects that we made today. Make sure you join the blog hop and see all of the other wonderful designers that are part of this. As always, Spellbinders is going to be doing a giveaway, so we all like giveaways. To celebrate this release, they are giving away a $50 gift certificate to a lucky blog reader. Now, you will be selected from the comments across all of the blogs throughout the hop, so make sure you do visit everybody. The giveaway is going to close on Sunday, April 14th at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time in the States. The winner is going to be announced on the blog post the following Monday, and that's the Spellbinders blog post. The winner will be responsible for shipping costs, duties, and taxes, and please don't forget that. It's very important. So, wonderful giveaway as always. So again, make sure you do check out the other blogs. They will be listed within my blog post, so you'll be able to continue down the line. All the products that I did use will be listed down below if you want to see what the rest of the collection does look like. And any questions or comments you may have, please leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I want to thank you so much for watching today. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe and tune in for the next video. Here are a few other videos that I have using Spellbinders projects that I thought you might enjoy. I hope everyone's having a great day. Make sure you take care, but always remember what's most important. Always be creative.